On to the Malaysian state of Penang, which has been a stronghold for Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's Pakatan Harapan coalition for the last 15 years.
Amid a polarised electorate, it's at risk of losing its two-thirds majority for the first time. In the first of a four-part series on Malaysia's state elections, our correspondent Melissa Goh looks at the changing political landscape in Penang.
On the other side of the Penang Bridge, in a densely populated George town, islanders appear to be oblivious to the so-called green wave that's used to describe the rising influence of conservative Islam that's coming from north and eastern parts of Peninsular Malaysia.
这个绿潮啊，会不会你有没有担心嘛？
哦，不会啦，不会啦，不会啦。
你不觉得他们不会
这个我肯定不能啦。
不可能。
For me 啦，for me 啦。You are not afraid, huh?
You're not afraid, huh? Because it will never happen.
Yeah.
几个月车子都有意了，政治又稳定哦，不稳定人家外资哪里敢进来？
In the last state election in 2018, Pakatan Harapan swept 37 out of 40 seats in Penang. And despite defections in a so-called Sheraton move in February 2020, Pakatan has still managed to hold on to its supermajority in Penang. But all this may change. The opposition, Perikatan Nasional, comprising Bersatu, Islamic Party PAS, and Perikatan are eyeing 15 Malay majority seats, plus additional 5 mixed seats in Penang.
If we cannot win the state election, we cannot become the government of the Penang states, then we also want to be the strong oppositions for Penang states to do the check and balance.
Housing and property, he pointed out, are now priced out for locals, who continue to be gripped by water, traffic and flood woes. Gerakan that has experience in running the state for over 3 decades, he added, ought to be given a chance to rule. But the state government, led by Democratic Action Party, is confident of winning at least 30 of the 40 seats up for grabs.
Our Prime Minister has been going, the whole country, meeting and engaging with voters, particularly for Penang. He has delivered on the promise of the LRT, for example, and other projects. I believe that many voters will be able to see that it's important for the unity government to be strong at the federal level so that Penang ultimately will benefit.
Zyril, who is also DAP's Assistant National Publicity Secretary, said a high voters' turnout of at least 70% is absolutely crucial. Penang, he said, has done well economically. The state government has recently launched its own communication satellite to speed up internet connectivity. But opposition coalition PN claimed that it's ahead of PH in social media campaign. As a result, they could read the pulse of young voters better. According to opposition MP Muhammad Fawaz Muhammad Jan, many first-time voters in Penang are not chasing material wealth.
Saya harta tak ada, tapi Tuhan bagi anak.
Anak banyak.
Anak ramai.
11 anak ya.
Kita merasakan akan ada kejutan besar pada PRN kali ini.
Meanwhile, political analysts warn that support in Malay seats might swing along the trajectory seen at the 15th general election, where opposition Perikatan Nasional won 3 federal seats.
DAP I think will be fine. They just have to make sure turnout is up, but they have to make sure that they have enough. They win enough Malay legislators to show that it's not just entirely DAP dominated.
Chief Minister Chow Kon Yao, who's from DAP, will have his work cut out to ensure equal economic development in both island and mainland, as well as demonstrate inclusivity for all Penangites.
Now, while the outcome of the 15 Malay majority state seats is anyone's guess, what's for sure is Perikatan Nasional will be pulling out all stops to ensure that the Pakatan Harapan state government is denied the two-thirds majority in a bid to destabilise Prime Minister Anwar's unity government.
Melissa Goh, CNA, Georgetown, Malaysia.